Aw, shit, dude, it's motherfucking Fooly Cooly. What, you thought we were only gonna look at indie games with pixel graphics? Fuck that, man. I've said before that I wouldn't only be talking about games, but also movies and animation, which is what we're doing today. So, feast your eyes on one of my favorite animated series of all time, Fooly Cooly. It originally aired on Toonami back in 2003. The series was about a young kid named Naota, who lives in an out-of-the-way town with his father and grandfather, and is also sexually harassed by a 17-year-old homeless girl named Mamimi. Mamimi is in love with his older brother, who left to play baseball overseas in the States. It's hinted at that Naota's brother may not even know who Mamimi is, but it's never explicitly stated what their relationship was before they left. Anyways, in the first episode, a crazy pink-haired woman riding a Vespa runs over Naota and then proceeds to beat him in the head with a guitar. This causes strange robots to come out of his head, which have some connection to this giant iron in the middle of town that people call the medical mechanica plant, and the Vespa woman claims to be an alien, and her name is Haruhara Karuko, and she's connected to the medical mechanica plant too somehow, but she doesn't know what's up with the robots coming out of Naota's head, and she wants this thing called Animus. Okay, hold up for a second, man. Slow your roll. Jesus! How do you fit all this shit into 6 episodes? Oh my god! So yeah, this show goes off the rails pretty quickly, but it isn't non-stop insanity. Fooly Cooly keeps itself grounded by drawing from some surprisingly heavy concepts in between the bouts of madness. It hits this middle ground between a slice-of-life story about a young boy going through puberty, living in his brother's shadow and trying to grow up too fast, and this over-the-top action anime with giant robots, aliens, transformation, worthless philosophy, and space pirates. It crams all of this stuff into 6 episodes, but I dare say it wouldn't have worked any other way. By keeping the series short, everything feels fresh, and it emphasizes the insane scope of all the crazy shit that's going on. Like 1 second, you're just sitting there by the river listening to the ramblings of a homeless 17-year-old girl, and then a horn grows out of your head, and giant robots come out of it, and oh god. There's never a dull moment in Fooly Cooly. Even in the subtler moments, you're always engaged and wondering where the show will go next. This brings me to 2 of the things that Fooly Cooly does best: unpredictability and intrigue. Because it's so over the top and random, you can never tell what's going to happen next. This keeps the show feeling fresh, but it doesn't stop there. Throughout the show, there are a lot of unanswered questions, but it still hints that there's a lot of significance to these unanswered questions. You really start to wonder about the world these characters live in. When I watched Fooly Cooly for the very first time, it evoked this sense of wonder I hadn't felt before, and this sense of wonder also serves to put the viewer in the shoes of Naota. Throughout the show, Naota is just as clueless as we are. Since he's only a kid, he really doesn't know any more about how his world works than we do, and it really makes him a relatable character. As a matter of fact, Naota as a character is one of Fooly Cooly's biggest strengths. He's honestly one of the most distinct yet relatable characters in animation. Naota feels like he's stuck living in his brother's shadow. He's disillusioned with the world and with grown-ups, but he also feels the pressure from his friends and from Haruko to grow up himself. Catcher in the Rye, ain't that some shit? Now, Everyone was a kid at one point, obviously. But beyond that, as kids, we've all done things to make ourselves feel grown up. Maybe you started using slang, or cursed, or perhaps you begged your parents to buy you clothes that were like what the older kids wore. As a kid, you get this feeling like there's something wrong with not being grown up. So you try to be grown up, even though you don't know what being grown up really means. That's what makes Naota such a sympathetic character. You really want him to come into his own and get out of his brother's shadow, and he does just that in the most spectacular way possible. Giant robot battles, yeah!
Look at me! I'm the one who's gonna save you! Kanji! Now listen, my name is Naota! Don't ever call me Takun again!
With a kick out of the future, maybe kids don't need the masters, just waiting for the little blasters. Oh yeah. With a kick out of the future, maybe kids don't need the masters, just waiting for the little blasters. Oh yeah. 色褪せないきな水で時がしてる同じドアをノックしたいこの声が
Fooly Cooly was animated by Studio Gainax, which is well known for making really epic action scenes. Studio Gainax also animated another one of my favorite series, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I watched that series first, and I always thought, in retrospect, it was really funny how similar some of the character designs from Fooly Cooly are to those of Evangelion, which was much more graphic and twisted compared to Fooly Cooly. Anyways, if you like really strange stories and epic robot battles, you should definitely check the show out for yourself. I mean, shit, it's only 6 episodes long, dude. And with Fooly Cooly Season 2 currently on the way, now's the perfect time to start watching. And that's about it. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I'll see you next time, my dudes.
Just waiting for the little blasters.